Hi, class. Welcome to week 4, unit 4. We're wrapping up unit 3 tonight. If you have not finished your discussion question responses, please do so by 11:59 Eastern Time tonight. I'm on Central Time, but I need you to finish up by 11:59 Eastern Time tonight. We had some really good conversation this week about economics and supply and demand, and we're going to circle back to that topic when we talk about personal finance. There's some overlap there, and we're going to do that in unit 8. Great job on your unit 2 papers. I think I've returned everyone's except one person's, and I will have that one returned tomorrow. And we will be moving forward with unit 4. And I'm going to talk about that assignment in this presentation. So let's get started. So our activities, of course, always read, review, and view the readings and resources. Actively participate in your unit discussion. That means initial response of 2 paragraphs. Some of you have been a little bit, I'm going to use the word skimpy on your initial responses, and you need to tie in the course content from the articles or the videos, whatever. Support your ideas. We all have ideas, but you need to support them. You can, this is optional, submit a draft of your assignment for peer review. I saw a couple of you did that for unit 2, and you got some feedback from your peers, and I think that's really good. If you're not sure you're on the right track, you can send it to me or have your peers look at it. I think that's a better idea. You get different points of view. And then again, you're going to complete and submit your assignment, which is part 2. So let's talk about the forum discussion questions. So we're going to talk about entrepreneurship this week. What are the traits that make someone a successful entrepreneur? So in your first discussion forum, you are going to discuss some of the noticeable traits of these individuals, at least 2 traits. Think about what type of businesses they own and expand on what makes that type of business better than some of the other organization ownerships for that individual. Address at least one entrepreneurship theory. So that has to come from what? The reference material, the course content. So you can't just pull it out of the air and say, oh, I think this theory. It's going to come from your content and how individuals can relate it to their business. Make sure you cover all 3 points in your discussion post. So that really looks like that's 3 paragraphs. So let's make sure that we cover everything. Your assignment. So you have one discussion forum this week and you have your assignment. This is a continuation of your unit 2 paper. So on some of your papers, I made a note that you didn't have good conclusions or I didn't see conclusion at all. Be thinking about that because in unit 8, you're going to take the unit 2, 4, and 6 papers and tie them together. You have to have a segue between the sections. It's like when you watch a sitcom, a TV show, and when you come back from the commercial break, you know, they always show you like the outside of a building. That's called the opening shot or the placement. It gives you an orientation. It's an orientation of where you are. That's what we need to be thinking about in our papers. An introduction, a body, a conclusion. Give the reader an orientation as to where they are. You will be explaining your business or service and what you're selling. You're going to talk about the benefits to consumers and the product or service life cycle. You're going to talk about how you're going to start, how it's going to grow, and how it might taper off. For example, if you had owned, I'm going to go back to an example I've used before, I think. If you owned, back in the 80s, a video rental store, it started out where you had your location and you started building your business, and then it was booming and people had waiting lists for videos, and then the DVD cycle came in. And so the need or the demand for videos, VHS, tapered off. And then streaming came in. So the physical locations like Blockbuster, they went away and they did not move into the streaming industry. So they basically went bankrupt. So you're going to talk about how you're going to start off, how you're going to grow, and what you forecast the future to be. You're also going to talk about how often people will use your service. Some, it might be a one-time, some it might be a regular service like a nail salon. People go every 3 to 4 weeks maybe to get their nails done. But a wedding venue might be a one-time usage. You'll do a market analysis and explain why your business has a place in the market. You should research your business industry, the market, and your competitors. And I think I've made notes of this in your papers. This should be 3 to 4 pages in length and written using APA format and guidelines. And I put this in bold in the last bullet, 3 to 5 references. So again, you need to support what you're talking about in your paper. And finally, this is the rubric, and you can see, look at the right-hand column, not the point cern, but the one next to it. That is what I'm grading off. And you can see that in your Unit 2 paper. So make sure that you're covering these things, that you're explaining it clearly, that I'm not having to read between the lines, that you're telling me exactly what's what. And to get a full credit for the number 4 content, 4 to 5 references. Even though the instructions say 3 to 5, 3 is the low end. You want to be at the 4 to 5. Writing and format is clear, professional, APA compliant, and error-free. And last week I gave you guys a little video on how to use Grammarly. So here's the deal this week. If you write your paper and you submit it through Grammarly, I am going to give you 5 bonus points. So by watching this video, you know what the bonus is. So 5 bonus points if you send me your paper that you sent through Grammarly and your final paper. I want to see it, and I will make note of it, and you will get 5 bonus points. I think that's a great deal. So I encourage you to do that, and it'll point out some of the errors, some verb tense errors, and errors that we might overlook in our papers. So I hope that you guys will take advantage of that you will work on your discussion forum posts, have them in on time, get your assignment in on time, and I will be available with you guys all week long. I'll be checking in with you, and we'll be moving right along. So week 4, we're almost to the halfway point. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. We are still feeling the remnants of Barry. Barry won't go away. It's been raining for like 18 hours now, so we're just hoping Barry clears up and leaves the area. But you guys take care, and if you have any questions, make sure you let me know. Bye.